influencer Tabitha Brown. Now, I must admit, I had never heard of this woman. Of course, I don't spend too much time on Instagram or follow influencers very much, but apparently, this Tabitha Brown is a person who's like an entrepreneur influencer.
Yes.
She's routinely on Instagram and various other platforms, and she provides content that serves as an inspiration and various other practical pieces of advice for people in the entrepreneur space and people trying to venture out of the hamster wheel. And she recently made comments to her audience that she got backlash over. Apparently she said that at times, the what you're doing, the endeavor that you're embarking on isn't working. You need to take a few steps back and get a job. These days, getting a job is you might as well give somebody the Ebola virus. If you talk about getting a job, and her comments about people needing to step out and get a job just didn't take too kind. They weren't taken very well by a large portion of her audience. So this says Tabitha Brown caught in backlash over entrepreneur comments. In early September, actress and social media personality Tabitha Brown came under fire after comments she made about entrepreneurship stirred debate across her fan base. The lifestyle influencer, celebrated for her warm affirmations and positive messaging, surprised many when she appeared to push struggling business owners toward traditional employment. So, of course, I'm going to not read the quotes. She suggested that securing a steady paycheck could provide stability while entrepreneurs continue to pursue long-term goals. The remark quickly went viral, drawing strong criticism. Detractors argued that her words minimize the sacrifices many entrepreneurs make to keep their businesses afloat, especially in communities that face systemic challenges accessing resources. Some accuse Brown of undermining the very perseverance and resilience that shaped her own rise to success, noting that her career was built on persistence and the support of loyal online followers. To them, her blunt phrasing came across as dismissive and out of touch. At the same time, others defended Brown, interpreting her message as a realistic acknowledgement of economic pressures in a difficult climate. Rising costs and unpredictable markets, they argued, make it increasingly difficult for small business owners to survive without supplemental income. Supporters framed her advice as a reminder that temporary employment does not negate entrepreneurial ambition, but rather provides breathing room to continue building. Brown later clarified her intent, explaining that she was not discouraging entrepreneurship, but encouraging balance. Her comments, she insisted, came from a place of care, not judgment. The controversy revealed a deeper cultural divide over hustle culture and the meaning of entrepreneurship. For many, building a business represents more than a career. It embodies self determination and resistance to conventional labor systems. Brown's suggestion to get a job, even if temporary, struck some as reinforcing traditional narratives that dismiss those aspirations. The incident highlights the challenges public figures face when offering financial or career advice. While Brown has long positioned herself as a source of optimism, her direct tone sparked a broader debate about privilege, practicality, and the pressures of modern entrepreneurship. So we're going to go ahead and get out of this, and then we're going to actually play what Ms. Brown had to say about people needing to get a job. So here's Ms. Brown saying, "Hey, maybe you should get a job." Oh, hold on.
Um, that this is not to discourage you, because I want us to be clear about that first. Okay. Um, you kind of been in this place for a long time. Okay. Now listen, you got good ideas. Baby, you got good ideas. Your execution is not as good. Okay. Um, your follow through, not as good. The ideas though are great. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And that doesn't mean it's not for you, but right now, these last few months, few years, you know what I'm talking about. baby, it ain't been working for you. Okay. And you doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, you done got yourself in some mess, and it's time for you to get a job. You hear me? You just gonna need to get a job for a little while. Okay, it don't mean your ideas ain't good. Okay, don't mean that maybe one day you could be a good entrepreneur, but you have proven to yourself and everybody else that you owe money to. Okay, um, that it ain't working right now. Okay, it ain't worked for a while. It actually has never worked yet. Doesn't mean it won't ever work. But right now, you need to go to work. You gonna need to get a job, okay? And then keep working towards it. But at least you'll have a job while you are pursuing that thing. But right now, you need to get a job, baby. All right? That's it. I love you. Now go about your business. Okay, have a good night. Tomorrow have a good day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's him. Don't be mad at me. Okay? Hello there.
Yeah, okay, that was the end of it.
Boy.
Oh man, so I'm pretty sure a piece of a lot of people's soul left every time she used the word job. I'm pretty sure a piece of everybody's soul left their bodies. What did you think about? What do you think about that?
Well, first off, I mentioned this off camera, but because I've heard of her, but only this year. She started. I heard about her when the whole people was boycotting Target stuff, because she has I think she has some stuff that's in Target, or she was telling people to not go to Target because there's black people stuff in there still. So go buy that. So that was when I first heard her. But she looks like Jill Scott, man. She's like a doppelganger. But sound advice. Some of these entrepreneurs need to hear that. Okay, they needed that message. I think the reason why, because if somebody just listened to that objectively, I don't think they would actually have a problem with that. I think what ended up happening right there was that she was catching backlash from her own people, people who frequent her. Listen, she's an entrepreneur influencer. I didn't even know that was a thing. Where can I sign up to do that? Okay, I just have to influence people to go have a damn job, but apparently I make money off of that. So, but yeah, man. So I think what she's used to, because I went on her page, looked at a little bit of her content, and she panders like a mug. She's so, hey, beloved, hey, all of that, pat you on the back stuff, and it's gonna be all right. We're gonna work through this. This how we gonna do it, and it's feel good, pandery kind of stuff. I don't want to call her a grifter because I don't really would know what her grift is. I think she's her own businesswoman, her own entrepreneur. I think her husband is as well. So I don't think it's grifty, but I think her internet persona is pandery, and she has I think a large group of her followers are used to her consoling her and consoling them, and patting them on the back. And I think that this harsh reality check, it was given with motherly like energy, where it's like, hey, baby, I need to sit you down and talk to you for a minute. You effing up, you know. Everybody don't like that conversation of accountability, especially if they're used to you pandering to me and telling me how awesome I'm going to be at my business and this, and that. And so them actually going out there and trying and failing. And like she said, robbing Peter to pay Paul. There's a lot of people out here living like that. You know what I'm saying? They needed to hear that message. And I'm along with her, not in the sense that you just need to quit and give up, and just become a slave. It's a matter of having balance in your life, and people need that stable income. Last thing I'll say is, if anybody listened to this show before, you know that I was out there in the field as a cab driver, and I love that sense of independence. Even though I owed money for the car itself, before Uber and Lyft, the money was very excellent, and I enjoyed a quite luxurious lifestyle in Tallahassee. I enjoyed it a lot, man, and couldn't tell me nothing. And but when life started getting hard, Uber and Lyft became a thing, and clientele's going down, and the money starts drying up. I would see myself working all day long, all night, and still owe the cab company at the end of the week. And I remember I would see people at 7 o'clock at night, going to the gas station after working all day long, but they getting gas to go back to the house. They go inside, they come back with chips, a drink, or something like that. And I'm like, man, they're about to go chill for the night. And I've been out here since they went to work. And I got to be out here all night and take these people home from the club. And I said, I want to go home and chill. And I said, and that guy's leaving with a guarantee. He goes to work, does his 8 hours, and gets a guaranteed check. So at that point, I was like, you know what, man, whatever. I still didn't go get a job. I still stayed out there in that cab. But the point I'm trying to make here is that when I was doing that, I saw the value of getting a stable check. I saw the value of just showing up somewhere for 8 hours and then getting a check with a comma in it. And because there is built-in time for you to chill now because your bills are paid. Now with that air quote downtime, now you can take that money that you're getting from your job to help you invest in your business, invest in your dreams and stuff like that to get off of the plantation. But to just say, hey, I'm putting all my chips in the middle of the table. I'm quitting my job. If I don't get it, this ain't no TV show. Them bills add up, man. All right. And them grocery prices are not going down. So some people may need to bite the bullet and go at least get a part-time job, but some type of check that stabilizes you in this field out here of entrepreneurship where, who knows where it can go. So all that stuff to say is that I agree with her. People need that balance, man, because, you need to be right out here, but I think her backlash personally, I think it's coming from, I believe how her content generally goes. And it's in the context where she's not really critical like that. I feel like she was for the first time, maybe in a while, stepping on some toes. But what are your thoughts, man, on this Tabitha Brown, letting her followers know that, hey, maybe some of y'all need to go up there and get a job because robbing Peter to pay Paul in order to make your business work isn't helping anybody. What are your thoughts, man?
The backlash came from people who spend too much time on the internet consuming, content after content after content, which basically stipulates that you're a worthless piece of crap if you work a job. That's where the backlash comes from. All right, the backlash comes from people who watch Facebook post after Facebook post, IG live after IG live. Maybe they've listened to one too many rap songs. They pay attention or follow one too many content creators, or listen to one too many of these entrepreneurial podcasts, or follow one too many of these influencers, individuals who perpetuate the idea that you should pretty much just give up on life if you work a regular job. There is a persistent theme going across the internet these days that a lot of people are buying into. They're drinking this Kool-Aid, which suggests that you're worthless if you work. If you're not entrepreneuring it up, if you're not already making 6 figures a year, what are you doing? Like you mean you don't make 6 figures? You mean you don't, live in a nice house, oceanside, and you're not doing all of this fly stuff, traveling around every other month?
Stand it, man.
Traveling around every other month, hopping on planes, never have to clock in, and you don't just have money to blow and bankrolls to do whatever you want. What do you mean you're not? You mean you're not on that? Where did you mess up and go wrong? After people expose themselves to this over and over again, it's no wonder that they would react aggressively to an individual actually telling them go to work.
Yeah,
because she didn't actually say quit trying to have ambition and being an entrepreneur. Correct. into the 9 to 5 grind into perpetuity. That's
Mhm.
not what she did. She said you need to incorporate some balance into your strategy, and having a stable paycheck can can allow you to create a foundation for you to start things off,
Correct.
especially if you are experiencing instability with whatever entrepreneur endeavor you have going on.
Mhm.
She did That's basically what she was doing. She wasn't saying quit cold turkey on being an entrepreneur and enter into the workforce, but people are interpreting it that way because I would say a lot of people nowadays really do buy into this hype, and
Yes.
they're believing that you are inherently less than a joke, a nobody. You suck. You might as well quit. You're a loser because you actually have to go to work.
Correct.
This is one of those reasons why I am so adamant in people striking a balance when it comes to the kind of messages that they consume, in addition to vetting the messenger. Get off these things, they will lead you down the wrong path. All right. And admittedly, I'm a 9 to 5 guy. I work a regular job. All right. I enjoy the stability of a paycheck because it affords me with the ability to financially support the means by which I hope to eventually free myself so that I can sustain myself without having to rely on the steady paycheck. Am I putting inroads in place on a personal level? Absolutely. Is it practical for me to do it without earning a steady paycheck? Absolutely not. See, I'm not a trust fund baby. All right. I'm not born into an incubator, which basically guarantees that I will be successful in my entrepreneur endeavors. And that's the plight of most people. And when that is the plight of most people, you're going to have to work first before you can jump to that point where you're completely autonomous and free from the hamster wheel. But a lot of people out there want to jump from A to Z because they've been sold a bag of goods, which suggests that if you even bother to sniff somebody's job, you're doing it wrong. And I'll say this, I don't know her audience. She's a black woman, so I'm just assuming that the majority of her audience is other black women. Um, you know, Women don't really pay a price for adhering to this advice because women aren't really penalized as much for working a job as men. It's the men who really um, suckle at the teat of this whole entrepreneur type invasive form of messaging and communication because men are constantly assaulted, under attack, bombarded 24/7 with messages that if they are working a job, they are trash. So I can completely understand that if it's men who are buying into this and are participating in a lot of the backlash that she is getting for talking like this, because us men, guys, we are basically we might as well hang a noose. I don't want to say anything that's going to demonetize this video, but we might as well just throw in the towel
There you go.
if we work a job. Because when a man works a job, we are undateable. We are unworthy of having sex. Women shouldn't look our way. We shouldn't even bother looking a woman's way because we make less than 6 figures a year and we work a regular job.
Hey man, it's tough out here, bro.
It is. So it's no wonder that so many of us are so gung ho to jump on that entrepreneurial train. We aren't even worthy of even getting a date with a woman because we're not making $200,000 a year right out the gate. So, we're drinking a lot of this Kool-Aid and it's counterproductive. It's very impractical, but I can totally understand why she got backlash because a lot of women, a lot of people in general are buying this hype. And she was just offering practical advice amidst the sea of a lot of impracticality when it comes to people's approach to entrepreneurship.
Them bills don't stop, man. Them bills don't stop. You gonna have to have that clientele built up, you know, to pay your life, pay your car note, pay for your mortgage or your rent. Like you need, like I said, that's not even including groceries. You got kids at the house. What you paying that with on your side hustles? On your what is your thing? You know what I'm saying? So if it's not working, don't let everybody else suffer. Don't put yourself through that stress, getting loan after loan, knowing damn well where am I even going to get the money to pay some of this stuff back because I'm not making it. I'm an entrepreneur in spirit. I love running around telling everybody I'm an entrepreneur, but I ain't got no real bankroll to speak of because I'm not my business ain't booming like how I make it seem. It sound good. It sound in 2025, man. It sound good to say that I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? And it does sound good, you know. But it also sounds like you're making enough money with your business to sustain a whole life. And right now, with the way the economy's set up and how everything else is going right now, you're really gonna have to be pulling it in. And some people ain't doing that. And my whole thing is that's okay. But hey, man, when like you said, man, when lifestyle content is king right now, and yeah, there's a ton of those influencers running around saying you ain't about nothing because oh, I got this, and they love to say that I'm just an entrepreneur. You never even know what they do. Black owned business. What's your business?
Well, it's more it's gotten more pervasive than merely identifying it as lifestyle content. It's literally you're like a lot of this stuff is telling people that fundamentally you are doing it wrong. You're doing life wrong
right.
if you work. You know what I'm saying? Like that's and a lot of people are buying into that. And it's just impractical.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, hey, shout out to Miss Tabitha for keeping it real with her followers. You're not doing your followers a favor unless uh unless you're challenging their paradigm. And especially if she considers herself some type of lifestyle entrepreneur influencer, you'll be doing them a disservice and a disjustice if you didn't come with a message like that every once in a while or whatever. So shout out to her for keeping it real with them. And she seems to be in good spirits nowadays. I clicked on something more recently, so the backlash didn't bother her. So but yeah, it was good. Somebody had to say it, and she got a lot of people following her, man. So I'm glad the message reached the entrepreneurs out here. All right. So maybe they won't have some shame actually filling out an app nowadays. But yeah, shout out to Miss Tabitha for that one.
Hey, look, man, it's no wonder there was an aggressive reaction to what she said. Um, if I am to believe what the internet tells me, as a man, because I work for a living, I am undesirable, I'm unattractive, I'm undateable, I'm unmarriable, I'm unfit to be a father. I am unfit to be a provider, to provide a lifestyle or an infrastructure or a foundation. I'm not worthy of, I'm not worthy of sex. I can't earn sex, any of those things. I am unworthy of all those things because I work. And that's what the internet is telling people these days. So it's no wonder that kind of stuff gets met with aggression. Don't tell me to go and get a job, because by telling me to go and get a job, you're essentially telling me to go be a loser. And go you're telling me to go be a loser, and you're telling me to go and be all of those things that are the opposite of what I want. I want to be more desirable to women. I want to be dateable. I want to be viewed as a viable husband and father. I want to be viewed as attractive. I want to be viewed as somebody who can provide a stable foundation. And the internet is saying that if I work for a living, fundamentally, I'm disqualified from all of that.
Crazy.
So
Bro.
listen, the moral of the story behind a lot of this stuff, folks, get offline, unplug from the matrix. Don't listen to half of the stuff that you see and read, except when it comes from us.
Exactly.
Of course.
Thank you.
But
You
but
gotta
but
throw
but
that in there.
get off of these platforms. Stop following these people. Stop following these content creators, these influencers. Stop drinking their Kool-Aid. They are bamboozling a lot of people. They're leading a lot of people astray. Shouts out to Malcolm X. And to Ms. Brown, I think that sage advice is very practical. But
Yeah.
these days, a lot of people want to throw practicality by the wayside and go for the gusto.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, and let me know what your life looks like 5 years from now.
Yeah, 1,000, man. So hey, shout out to Miss Brown out there, and shout out to all my entrepreneur Negroes out there, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man. And yeah, and don't be afraid and don't be ashamed. If you gotta even get yourself a part time, man. Don't let all of these social pressures have you struggling so bad that it's irreparable. So
Yeah,
yeah, man, do your
yeah.
thing out there.
And if you are associating with or around people who are reinforcing a lot of those emotions, get rid of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. Get rid of those people. If any of these people, first of all, no one who is your friend and cares about you should be reinforcing any negative emotions that are going to make you feel bad about yourself. So if any of these people are your friends, they're not really your friends. So get rid of them. Remove yourself from environments in which there are other people who are around you filling your head with a lot of these negative thoughts and emotions. Get rid of them.
Especially if they ain't gotten it. And it's because somebody that actually got it ain't gonna sit there and talk like that. And if they do, they're gonna try to help you get there. So it's one of those things where it's like, oh, if you're the smartest person in the room, get out of that room. I
Yeah.
get that. If you're the richest person in that room, get out of that room. Look, I get all of those philosophies, okay? But people that actually get it and got it and know how to get it, those are some of the most giving back people once you actually sit down and talk to them. So those aren't the ones that actually would get at you that way. It's the ones that's out here faking the funk. The ones that's out here acting like they know it all and all that. What you mean? I don't know how people watch that stuff. I guess it motivates them, but me personally, those people piss me the hell off, man. Because the people that actually out here getting it, they give sound advice because they want to see other people win. They're not guilting people into lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
man.
yeah. Or just
Stay,
feeling bad about themselves.
yeah, for sure. But hey, man, I'm gonna start my seminars, guys. I'm gonna start being an entrepreneur influencer myself. So once I send out those waivers, just cash at me the money and stay looking out for the newsletters that I'll be sending to you all. So yeah.
That was good stuff. I appreciate that from her. So maybe we'll be hearing more from her in the future. But until then, that'll be it for us, folks. JB Wins Dogon SS. Check us out, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Conapproach, CONAPPROACH. Check me out on Instagram at JB Wins, JBWINS. And as I always like to say, have a mind of yourself. Have a mind of your own. Don't be a group thinker. Think for yourself. And until next time, man, stay righteous and keep living. We'll be all right. And stay away from all of those ridiculous lifestyle content creators. They're filling your mind with poison, and you should feel good about yourself, not bad.
Yes, hey, and the name is Dogon SS, by the way. Skr, skr. And you can find me on Instagram at Dogon_SS, YouTube, DraftKings, MySpace. Hey, bruh, there's a social media platform out there. Dogon_SS is also out there. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow, and all that good jazz. And as I say every week, ladies and gentlemen, we greatly appreciate you guys for watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing this video and any other part of our content because, quite frankly, guys, without you all, there is no us. All right. So join us every week, every Tuesday. We be going live and dropping them knowledges. All right. And as I say every time, don't be too high, don't be too low. Keep it calm, keep it chill, keep it player. And don't let anybody get you off your pivot. So until the next episode, which is next week, I still got more rings at Robert Ory. Go Canes. We'll see y'all next week. Skr, skr.
Yeah. Hey, holla at us, man. October 4th is starting to look like an epic showdown. Can't wait for that one. Yeah, we out. We'll see y'all later.
Peace. Go Canes. Man, you know you scared, boy. You saw that defensive line, boy. You saw that.